I wanted to ask, how confident are you that you're going to get the go-ahead from the NEB to do the project?
It's too early. We're confident that we will file an application that meets the requirements of their review, that meets the requirements for a public interest determination by the regulator. It's going to be thoroughly tested. We'll be required to do more study, I expect, on certain things that we haven't yet predicted. But I'm confident that we will fully meet the National Energy Board's filing requirement. Ultimately, the decision is theirs.
And what about, Christy Clark said those 5 conditions, one of them is consulting with Aboriginal groups. There's been a number of First Nations groups that are against the pipeline. How do you plan to address their concerns and get the go-ahead for the project? And there's so much opposition.
Well, I wouldn't characterize it as so much opposition. There are a couple of pockets of opposition in First Nations communities that have been very vocal. Across the pipeline, that would not be unanimous or by any way majority. We're in deep conversations with dozens of different First Nations communities around what the opportunities could be for an expanded pipeline, and I'm confident that we will reach very positive conclusions to those. I know virtually all the chiefs. We talk regularly. I spend more than half my time just on the First Nations file because I know it's so critically important, and it's one of BC's conditions.
What about the Tsleil-Waututh here in the Lower Mainland? Because their traditional territory is in the terminus in the tank farm area.
Yes, we had conversations with Tsleil-Waututh a number of years ago, in fact, off the heels of the incident that occurred in 2007. And they were very good conversations. We signed memorandums of understanding between us. Since then, their views have changed, arguably. They're in a position of opposition today. I'm still hoping to spend some time in their community, meeting with their council, meeting with their chief over the coming days to discuss the project. We know that they've got an interest in talking to the federal government about the Crown's responsibility to talk to them. Having said that, I'm optimistic that we're going to be able to meet and talk to the Tsleil-Waututh sometime soon.
I think you're going to meet with Mr. Corey.
I'm sure Derek and I will meet a number of times over the coming months and years about the project and its impacts.
How big of an issue is the right-of-way in the more urbanized areas? I mean, there have been some complaints it's going to go to people's living rooms. Have you talked to those people? How confident are you that that
We've contacted virtually all of our landowners that we currently are related to. And we won't be expropriating any land. We won't be building through any houses. We're looking for the most benign routes as we can. As I said earlier today, when the pipeline was built, the Fraser Valley didn't look like it does today. Burnaby didn't look like it does today. So we're taking those things into consideration by planning routes that are outside of some of the communities where the existing pipeline is, using things like highway corridors, utility corridors, etc., in order to design routing that is as benign as it possibly can for communities. As I said, we're still looking at 2 or 3 options right here in Burnaby, and that's largely based on the input of community residents.